Good morning, sunshines. Happy Saturday, the 9th of December. It is early-ish in the morning, and my oldest kiddo, went to a sleepover last night, and I am picking them up. This is very weird. We haven't done sleepovers before, but my oldest kiddo is in high school now, so I'm like, okay, sure, sleepover can be a thing. All right, friends. So I'm back home. My kid is here. Had a good time, but like, my kid is like, not antisocial, but like has never had a big group of friends. And yesterday was a lot of kids there, and my kid might be a little bit of an introvert like their mama, and so it was so many people. So my kid was like, nope, I'm ready to go home, ready to be around less people. So we're home, which is good, because I was worried my kid didn't have a good time, but just needed to dip out because too many people. Totally get it. I have that life too. So I don't have anything that I need to do today because groceries were taken care of midweek by my roommate. I am going to finish watching Fantasy High from Dimension 20, and I am going to work on scrappy blankets. That's my plan today. Today's socks were made for me by my friend Haley. They are like DK weight socks, just little shorties that are ribbed. It's 2 strands of fingering weight held together. These are genius. I need to make more of these because while I sometimes like my longer socks, like today it's 50, so it's not cold. So I want my feet to be toasty warm, but I don't necessarily need like a lot of length on my legs. So I'm thinking ahead. I haven't finished out my bingo board for this year, but I'm kind of thinking ahead of what worked this year and what didn't work, what sort of things I want to do next year. Maybe I should put that on my list to make myself some pairs of shorties, like DK weight shorties. Because I have a bunch of patterns from Alundria Knits that have like small stitch counts intended for kiddos, and so I could use those small stitch count socks for me. It's a thought. I'm not committing to that, but I do really like these socks. They're like slippers kinda, but they're thin enough that I can wear them in my shoes and my boots. They're just a little extra cushy. I wouldn't wear them in my boots for a full day at work because it would just be a little bit snug for 8 hours of wear in my boots. But for, just running to the grocery store or something, they work well. Sunshines, look! I finished the the rainbow rug. From here, you can't tell that it's rainbow. Let's get closer. You got purple, blue, blue, green, green, yellow, a little bit of orange. I didn't actually have orange on hand, and red. This morning I was here, so I did half of the rug today because that's what I felt like doing. So yay! How exciting is that? And if I needed more yarn scraps for my 361, I would have had some because I finished off some balls of yarn, but I don't need that because I already finished that. But yay! This is another bingo square. I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I'm going to black it out, but it's going to be pretty close. I think I'm going to get 3/4 of the way done. So I'm going to go back to watching Fantasy High. I am on season 2 now. And oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I've laughed out loud so many times today. It's crazy. Hey, sunshines. It is 57 degrees out here in the, second week of December. So weird. But, global warming. And it's a lovely day here in Michigan. The sun is going to set just before 5 p.m. So because I spent, pretty much all day chilling, working on that rug, I decided it was time to take a walk. Last year, at about this time, I was taking daily walks. This year, I don't know what happened, but I've taken started out the year strong. But I think right around March or April, I just stopped. Which was not great for my mental health. So I'm gonna attempt to do this walking thing at least a few times a week. It's hard during the week because school makes me exhausted, but then at 10 p.m. I'm no longer exhausted. So we'll see what this means. But yeah, just walking through the woods. As you can see over my shoulder, I think you can see the sun is going down. So this park closes at sunset. So I'm gonna walk for probably not the whole hour until the sun goes down because that'll be cutting it close. But I'm gonna walk for a while and then I'm gonna take myself to the library because I have a book on hold. Do you remember maybe the November vlog? I was talking about going to the library to pick up a book. Well, they didn't have it in, and I had it on hold previously, and it had gotten reshelved. So when I was there, I put it back on hold, and today is the last day it's on hold. And I really want to read this book. So I'm gonna take myself to the library. I was telling my oldest kiddo this morning when I picked them up that I'm not great at doing things for myself right now, especially because I'm so tired from school. But I really want to read this book. And I finished The Pumpkin Queen earlier this month, and I'm really close to finishing Spin. So I think that might be my next project that I tackle this weekend, is finishing that book. I have it with me. So I'm going to take it with me to the library and read it for a little bit, or not, I don't know. They're going to close an hour-ish after I get there, so I might do that, I might not. I wish we had more we have some Starbucks and Paneras, but none of them around here feel like the kind of place where you just go and sit and read, I
Like they're all loud, like too loud. So I don't know. Because if we had a nice little coffee house, I would go there. And we do have a cute coffee house downtown Mount Clemens. Maybe I could go there tomorrow. That could be fun. I could go there tomorrow. I'm not putting that on myself. It's just a thought. Ooh, there's a root there under those leaves that I wasn't looking at. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk and I will check in with you later. I don't have any walking knitting, which is unfortunate because it's a great temperature for walking knitting, but I forgot my socks at school, and the reading knitting that I brought is the leggings, and I feel like that would be too heavy to walk in at the same time. Maybe I'll try it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It's gonna be too heavy and I put it back in my bag. We'll see. Oh, there's a little heron flying over the river. It's very exciting. All right, I'll check in with you soon. This actually makes me really sad. Right there and right here. There were logs here. Uh-oh. Did they cut down my favorite log to climb over? Uh-oh. I'll check back in. Hold on. Okay, promising. They didn't cut down this log or like cut it apart. I really like walking by this part of the river. Oh, it's still there. See, through the trees. That's my favorite log to climb over. This is the dangerous part. Gotta watch my feet. See, so easy to slide off right into the river there. Whew, okay. This is my favorite because it's like right at waist height, and my goal is always to get over it without having to use my hands. Just a little maneuver thing, little mobility, flexibility, whatever you want to call it. And I switch which leg goes over first each time. So, glad they didn't cut that down because that would make my walk here much less enjoyable. When I started walking here, it was a big challenge to get my legs over without my hands. So that's exciting. I haven't lost that feat in the time that I haven't been here. That makes me feel really good, actually. It's not like I don't walk. I walk all day at school. Pace all the time. Walk around classrooms a bunch. Walk up and down the halls a ton. But it's not the same as like getting out into the nature and walking. Isn't my woods cute? So I walked to this building and then I turned back because there's not really a path over there. But I usually stop and do some standing push-ups against that thingy. This is my gym. This is where I go. Hey sunshines, I'm back from my walk and from the library, and what I really want to do, is start a new blanket. If you're new here, you don't know why this is funny. This is funny because I already have so many blankets going. Okay, but I just finished that rug and there's a little bit of yarn left in the bin that I was using for the rug. There's a little bit of green, well, like half of a skein of green, maybe about half a skein of red, a little tiny nugget of black, and I also have just a bunch of little random skeins of worsted weight acrylic yarn. And what I want to do for the next middle school auction is make a corner to corner that's one strand of white, because I have a ridiculous amount of just white or cream acrylic. I want to hold a strand of that with a strand of other acrylic yarns. Okay, so I really want to start this blanket. I'm not doing it yet. But I might start it tonight. So it's yet because this is where I am on my crafty goals. I went ahead and blacked out the squares for things that I've finished so far this month and last month. So I only have, I only have 5 squares to go. I need to get gold thread again because I lost my gold thread. You know how I sewed it to the wall hanging while my kitten stole it? Or not gold, it's silver, right? I don't know. I need to get some shiny thread. I think it's silver. I'm going to double check in my thread stash and see if I have another spool of it so that I can work on that. I haven't worked on my barn raising square blanket since last weekend. The last sock for on here is at school right now, and it's almost to the heel. I haven't bought hand-dyed yarn. I think I've only bought one skein that would fit into this category this year. And while I haven't been using a ton of my fingering weight stash, I know that I've used some. So this is going to be able to be crossed off. This should be able to be crossed off. So it's really these 3 squares that I'm going to need to focus on in order to finish. So, sorry, my children are fighting with each other in the background. That's so annoying. So I'm going to look through my my thread stash, see if I have any more silver. If I do, I'm going to work on this a little bit tonight. I'm going to, these are my conditions. If I find silver thread, I'm going to work on this. If not, then it's fine, but I'm at least going to look for silver thread. And then I have 3 barn raising squares blocked that are ready to attach. Can't work on this tonight. And my green garter blanket, I guess I could work on that a little tiny bit. But for sure, if I put those 3 barn raising squares together and look for that silver thread, I am going to allow myself to start a corner to corner blanket. I know, it's so silly. But I really, really want to. I'm just feeling it. So why not? Right? It's fine. 11 out of 16 is still pretty good, and it's really, really likely that I'm going to finish 2 more of them. So we'll see.